Review of the Starbucks Company. The leading coffee factory company is thought to be Starbucks. The industry was instituted in 1971 in Seattle, Washington, and is an American retailing company. The company was lively in more than 218 sites worldwide in 2018. Starbucks is widely considered to be the most significant coffee corporation in America because it is the leading representation of new wave coffee, trying to differentiate itself from other coffees served in the United States. Subsequently its inception, the corporation has been bound by several humanoid reserve directors. Jim Donald was the head of the firm in 2005, but he was replaced by Howard Schultz in 2007, who lingers to inhabit the position currently. With over 13,000 outlets binge all over more than 39 countries worldwide, the company is currently regarded as the highest dealer, roaster, and specialty coffee product across the globe. Coffee drinks, coffee cups, blended coffee, and various coffee accessories are amongst the company's most prevalent merchandises. Funding is needed by Starbucks Company to increase its market dominance through the issuance of the supply chain system and also to spend on technological advancements and research to increase production. Sources of funding for Starbucks. The Starbucks Corporation has a variety of funding mechanisms. To expand the capital, funding is required, and many firms need it. Equity, debt financing, interest income, financial bootstrap, venture investment, and self-funding are some of the critical sources of finance for the business. Starbucks Company needs funding for different reasons. First, the company is on the verge of expanding its market worldwide, and capital is necessary for the company to fulfill its business objective. Furthermore, corporations also require funds to pay salaries to workers and employees. Equity. Equity funding refers to the process by which a business raises money by allotting individuals who become stakeholders ownership stakes in the form of stock shares. Starbucks said that it once again attained and upheld 100% pay equity by gender and race for comparable roles in the United States last year, as well as 100% gender equal pay in China, Canada, and other security firms in international markets like Austria, United Kingdom, Italy, and Switzerland. Debt capital. When a business borrows, it can do so either individually through bank debt or publicly through a deficit problem. This is known as debt capital or lending. The business receives a free loan of US $1.6 billion from its clients. The corporation's recommended disbursement method and Lutz initiative, which enables clients to load money onto a Starbucks card, which can be rummage saled to buy coffee and receive bonuses, have been noted by a financial blogger as being the key to this strategy. Self-funding. It is to raise funds for a program or specific course of action that one wants to undertake. The term is also used in a self-funded scheme in which an employer bears the majority or the entire cost of compensation claims. Although the employer is responsible for paying claims, the insurance provider administers the payments. Starbucks sells coffee to generate revenue, thus, it operates on those earnings. Venture capital. Venture financing is the type of financing businesses seek to invest in new ventures. Startups receive money from venture capital companies in exchange for equity stakes. Starbucks' contribution adds to the increasing list of food and beverage businesses utilizing venture financing. General Mills, Tyson Foods, and Kellogg's have related venture investments, and even Chipotle is launching an entrepreneurial venture. Retained earnings. It involves charging more for a service or a good than it costs to produce. This is the most essential basis of wealth for any occupational, and the primary way money is brought into the company. Starbucks reported interest income, accumulated deficit, of $7.816 billion in 2020, up 35.42% from the previous year. Starbucks reported $5.771 billion in retained profits, accumulated shortfall, for 2019, a 495.99% decrease from 2018. Requirements for each source, along with each source's risks and the sources that is best for the Starbucks Corporation. Risk acceptance, financial flow, plan administration, and federal conformity are necessary for self-funding. The goal of the loan, executive experience, a corporate strategy, a credit report, monetary documents, and currency flow are among the criteria for borrowing. Revenue production is a prerequisite for equity investment. Self-funding has hazards, including personal debt and insolvency. Borrowing carries risks such as personal accountability, asset loss, and debt default. The loss of equity is the risk associated with equity sources of finance. Equity financing and self-funding are the most outstanding selections since they satisfy the fewest requirements. Cost of financing for long-term and short-term financing sources. The largest coffee shop firm that sells consumer goods, Starbucks is an American retail behemoth with many physical locations around the country and is actively attempting to grow across the world. This corporation needs funding to increase its market dominance through the issuance of the supply chain system, as seen by its strategy of acquiring Flipkart. Due to the current coronavirus crisis, it is possible to obtain a long-term loan since short-term finance is highly likely to be affected by the virus. There is an anticipation of an inevitable economic recession, so the firm is trying to choose a long-term loan since it is available at one lower rate than a short-term loan. The organization can benefit from its sale of coffee by acquiring the loan at a reasonable interest rate over time and attaining a return on investment higher than the capital expense. This is apparent that the price of debt in the immediate future is almost 8%, while the payment of the deficit in the big scheme of things is lower. The business can secure long-term financing and generate its liquidity. Everything you need for studies, essay samples, writing tools, and tips, you can find at studycorgi.com.